about it.
Well, tell me a little bit more about Francis Bacon.
Well, I don't know him very well. I mean, he's dead now.
Yes.
But I bumped into him.
And what was that he said?
I knew a couple of girls, one who I fancied. I was art school with, I didn't know them then, but I bumped into one in Regent Street, Pat Roberts. And she had a girlfriend and they lived together in Kensington. And behind their big flat, Francis Bacon had well, he lived there, and that's his studio was there. Anyway, it's a long story. It's a long story. You might or might not believe it. But see, that's the thing with me. I don't lie, but the pictures are a lie, aren't they? They're not the truth. And it's pointless trying to. A traditional painting where it's got to look like what you see, also people. That's pointless because we don't know what the truth is. And so I don't lie, I'm not a liar, but my pictures and my world of art is all fabricated in my mind. Based on what I think I see. I don't know, I'm just talking nonsense now, I better stop. It's silly. Are you recording all this nonsense?
You quoted Francis Bacon saying something to you earlier.
You've got to build mystery into your pictures, Pedro. You knew I liked Picasso. And I think he was envious of Picasso. So this was a running joke.
Tell me you've got such a lot of African work here.
Oh, I just like it.
How did all that begin?
When I was at art school, I was introduced to all kinds of art, you know, from the Paleolithic to modernism, and I'd never really experienced African art before, and I thought it would be extremely expensive. And I lived in London most of my life, and when I ever saw it in the antique shops, it was expensive. And then I started seeing it coming up in the sale rooms and in antique fairs. And so whenever I see a good piece, I'll buy it if the price is reasonable. So you can get works of art of very, very high standard in African art. I mean, some of it's so powerful, it's extraordinary.
So what is the main attraction to it?
Well, the main attraction, well, I don't know if this is, I think of it as a window into the Neolithic, or even earlier. If it's genuine, I mean, it can be genuine, I don't know what you mean by genuine. But if it's made for its, you know, magical purposes or religious purposes, then I count that as genuine. And it's usually very powerful when it's like that. Anyway, I just can't resist buying a good piece. But anything that's good, I only like art because it tells a story. I got some interesting things. I think it's Barbara Hepworth, but I'm not sure about that. I picked that up at a sale. Lots of things. I've got Neolithic vases. I've got hand dynasty grave goods. I've even got things from the Indus Valley. I just like it around me. It inspires me.
So your name's Peter Chapman.
It is.
And we're in Falmouth today on the 31st of May.
Right.
I'm beginning a cruise to go off to Iceland.
Oh, you're
on one
this
of
cruise,
yes, on the
everybody's telling me they're going to
Ambition.
Iceland. Yeah.
Yeah, we have 2 weeks. So we started off yesterday.
From Plymouth, I'm told, was it?
No, we started off at Bristol.
Bristol, that was it, yeah.
And now we're at Falmouth, picking up more passengers. And
Well,
you have made my day today.
Well, thank you very much.
Absolutely. And I've got...
You must come again. Don't go and settle in Iceland. I don't suppose you will you be coming back to England?
That's right. I'm from Cheltenham.
Yes.
And you're from my neck of the woods, Malvern.
Well, that's where I was born.
And your parents, why were they in Malvern?
Oh, that's a very long story. My father was a civil engineer, and he used to, when he got another job, we would move, and we happened to be
His
in
work,
Worcestershire when I was
his
born.
work dictated where you lived.
I think so, something like that. I don't know.
But then you went to Leicester to art college.
Well, I went to Leicester to art college because they had all the courses. It was about the only art school at the time. There were art schools and that had every single course.
How incredible.
My father thought that'd be a good idea because he thought the idea of me being a fine artist.
Is that what you specialised in?
Well, that's what I did, yes, yeah.
And
He thought it was a bit unlikely I'd be able to make a living, you know,
well,
get a proper job sort of thing.
most parents think like that.
Yeah, he was very good. He's very good, but he thought that if I went to an art school that did everything, I'd come to my senses and end up as I don't know, you know.
But you did. You ended up as an architect.
Well, no, because that's my interest as a boy. I used to love going. I went to school in Kent, and boarding school. I used to love going around old houses and churches especially. And my art master was very good. He taught me a lot about architectural history, and it was great.
That was your main occupation as your work.
Yes.
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 For the government.
Yes. Eventually I ended up working for English Heritage, which is now Historic England. It's divided into two organisations now. But
Are you still called upon?
Oh well, no, I wouldn't. I don't think they'd want me now. But even if they did, I wouldn't go back to that. I've got my life. I've got to do this now. It's a compulsion. I've got to get as much done as I can before I kick the bucket. I've got a lot to do. Because they do take a long time, yes.
So how many hours?
Well, how many hours? I always think this will take about 3 weeks.
You consider that a long time?
Well, not compared with some artists. Some spend years. But when you start doing that, it's either extremely detailed or you're bashing your head against the wall.
So if I gave you a clean canvas now, how would you begin?
Well, I've got a painting in my mind. I'm desperate. I really want to do it now.
And you can't do it until that one's finished?
I'm not doing it until that one's finished. I very occasionally do start another one, but I might lose interest in this.
Do you sometimes have more than one painting in mind?
I don't often do that. I go over the old ones. I do that. In fact, this is an old one that I'm completely repainting.
And I notice you don't sign your work.
Well, I do. I put my monogram in.
Oh, a monogram. Oh, I see. That's your
I
monogram.
haven't finished doing the monogram.
A PC.
PC, you see.
Like a copyright.
Yes, but it doesn't matter because.
And do you date your work as well?
Yes, they're all numbered as well, so you can't fake one of mine. Not that I could tell the difference anyway.
Not that anyone would want to fake them.
No, not that anyone would want to, but I like to have everything in order to make I assume the archivists, it will save them a lot of trouble in the future, because I think I've made one or two mistakes in the numbering, maybe. Well, I might have...
Out of order.
Well, two of them might have been given the same number, but they'll be in the same group. They can be dated to the month and the period in the month, but not to the actual...
Like opus numbers, composers use.
Opus numbers.
You can have opus 41 numbers.
They've all got opus numbers, yes, exactly.
Oh, incredible, Peter. Well, thank you so much. It's been a delight to meet you.
Yes, I'm very pleased. And you're Peter as well.
Yeah, I am Peter as well. Yeah.
So what do you do?
Well, what I did was I was a freelance cellist.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, I thought you'd be surprised. Cello and I still play a bit of cello and piano,
What do you playing street
Used to.
quartets and
No,
chamber
no,
music, or
no, not at the moment.
You're going to though.
One day maybe again. Yes, yeah. I did quite a lot of that.
Can I refill this bottle somewhere?
Yes. There's a tap. It's awfully grubby out there, but the water's clean.
Oh,
You'll see the taps. Just
Yeah.
help us out.